Gary Weinlib, Alex Lifeson, and Neil Peart. You might know the third name, but the rest, do they sound like names that could be part of rock and roll history? Do they sound like names that could trigger the imagination of a whole generation? Are they names that make you think of the fact that three people could make noise that could resonate around the world? Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, and Neil Peart. And then what did they name their band? They named it after the feeling that you get once you've heard Tom Sawyer or a Roll the Bones, or in fact, any one of the songs that they've made all the way from Ontario, Toronto, Ontario, Canada to our hearts. I am talking about Rush, ladies and gentlemen, on this edition of The Second Song. Toronto, Ontario. That's where Alex Lifeson was looking to form a band. He got a bass player, he got a vocalist, and and a drummer, and he was playing the guitar. He was looking for a bass player vocalist, where he met Gary Weinlib, and he decided that let's give him a shot. Gary did not really love his name, so he had to have a stage name, which he proceeded to choose as Geddy Lee. And nothing much, just one of the most iconic bass playing vocalists that you could find in rock history is what happened. Rush, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Fly By Night, which sort of launched the journey to Vapor Trails, Roll the Bones, 2112, Moving Pictures, the spectacular A Farewell to Kings, and of course the latest Feedback, which was an EP of some of the covers that they'd done, including that of The Seeker by The Who. Spectacular, scintillating, mind-blowing music, banger after banger. And three people, when they were inducted into the Hall of Fame, legends, modern legends like Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine, Dave Grohl, were on their seats, screaming, shouting and screaming like banshees because they were just so happy. The backbenchers, the cheap seats as they were called, were screaming their lungs out. And the three of them, Alex Lifeson, Geddy Lee, and Neil Peart, were soaking it all in, because that's the respect that they earned with the music that they made from their hearts. And, there's a history of them meeting in school. There was, of course, tiffs, as always. There was Geddy Lee going and making a solo album, a series, I believe, which people said sounded like Rush. And he says, look, I've been with Rush for 2 decades and more. How do you expect me to not sound like that band? But together, they were spectacular. There's a song called Limelight, which captures the inexorable charm of the band. Neil Peart had written Limelight because he just couldn't take it, the limelight. He wanted to play his drums. He wanted to create that syncopation, those spectacularly imaginative off-center beats that were the hallmark of Rush's sound. He just wanted to do that. He just could not reconcile himself with people coming to him, shaking hands, wanting photos. Getting into his private space, because he was a big fan of his personal space. So he wrote about it, about life under the arc lights, because he's so uncomfortable that the only way that he could make himself comfortable was with a song. It became one of the most iconic prog rock songs ever. If you haven't heard it, you might want to press play on it because it's spectacular. Neil Peart, of course, passed away, and there's a tribute to Buddy Rich that he had done. 2 CDs worth of an education for drummers, because Neil Peart, apart from being a rock legend, certified superstar, it's just music. It's just a celebration of music by those who truly, truly appreciate it and wanted to make the music, not because they wanted to earn the millions or because they wanted to be popular, which they were not very comfortable with, but just because they want to celebrate sound. And that's why we're celebrating Rush, ladies and gentlemen, on this edition of The Second Song. You've got something to say, please feel free. Sarthak from Radio is my Instagram ID. It'll be lovely, lovely to hear from you. And of course, if you've got things to say, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc., you know the drill. But for now, thank you for watching.
94.3 Radio 1.